is kind of preaching to the choir, right? We've been talking about these issues throughout the semester. But I think it's important to kind of put it into context, right? So we talk about this idea of like maintaining the status quo, and we talk about the kind of responsibility you guys have as young professionals on trying to shift the status quo. This is something I want you guys to think about, is being empowered in being proactive about your own hiring and the problems with hiring for you, whatever field you end up in. So I think this is a both great and terrible quote from the Harvard Business Review. There are more CEOs of large U.S. companies who are named David than there are CEOs who are women. And David isn't even the most common first name among CEOs in the United States. So this is not just a percentage game when we're talking about like a 52 to 48% margin. This is where there are more people named David than there are women who are leading companies in the United States. And John is actually the more popular of these names. So I think it's important to understand when we talk about these contexts, as we move up the ladder, we get fewer and fewer and fewer kind of people who challenge the status quo. So this is one of the goals, right? Is to challenge the status quo over time. So how do we fix diversity in the media? We need to be changing how and who makes the decisions about the media. So if we change the gatekeepers, it'll change the conversation. As these gatekeepers get promoted over time, the status quo will get changed. The hegemonic discourses will get changed. We've talked about how these hegemonic discourses are not fixed in stone. They can change over time. It just takes a lot of pressure to get to that point. So that should be one of your, hopefully, goals as you guys move into your media careers, is to become gatekeepers and to change the status quo, to question these problematic narratives that have been the status quo, that have set the agenda for so long. So what is news? Who should be hired? How do we think about hiring issues in the media? So I have a short video here from PBS just talking about gender, age, and race discrimination in hiring. So these are some of the things, in particular gender and age. When we talk about age, mostly for you guys it's going to be youth. But gender and age discrimination in hiring, and racial discrimination in hiring, and how even simple things like your name on a resume can lead to inbuilt biases.